There is this little nature reserve called Kintulammi, about 30 minutes drive from where we live. They got hiking paths, they got little ponds and lakes, cliffs. Then they have little huts there with places where you can set a fire, and they store free firewood, so you don't need to bring any firewood with you because it's freely available there. That's really nice service from the park services. I go there pretty often and you can easily spend a whole day there. It's really a nice place. Now last week brought us a lot of new white powdery snow, and I made a video about that, how you shoot snowstorm in the middle of the night in downtown. And if you watch that video and you are here again, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate. Now Eskimos are told to have 50 different words for snow. I don't know if that is true. It may be just an urban legend. Or not an urban legend per se. Anyway, regardless of your snow vocabulary, you need to have different means to shoot different kind of snow. Like, snow is not just something that you go and shoot. It depends. You need to shoot snow seriously. It's a sacred thing. Last video I told you about my tricks shooting snowstorm nighttime. Like 1/60th of the second stops the snowstorm so that it makes spikes. You need to cover your camera because snow gets everywhere. And then you need to select flexible film that you can push appropriately if you are shooting nighttime. Now after the snowstorm, in the middle of the day, the tricks are totally different. As I went out the other day to this nature reserve, it was really cold. As sunlight and coldness go together, it was almost -20 degrees. So you need to have a camera that can stand that kind of coldness. I've noticed that many people who try to fix their cameras themselves talk about lubricating and putting oil into your cameras, and that is really a no-no for all the camera mechanics. Extra oil is always bad. You gotta go the other way. Especially for cold weather photography, you need to have clean and dry camera. Otherwise it just won't function. Or then you go with the pinhole, which always functions. Also, having a camera with no batteries is an extra benefit because you know what I mean. And then you need to select a film that is suitable for really bright light and has very little grain. I mean, to get that white, clean snow, grain is not good. Grain makes snow look a bit dirty. Then you need to overexpose your pictures. I mean, snow reflects so much light. And if you just measure the light with your light meter doesn't know that it is snow, and it just measures it as it would be middle gray. And then if you use those measurements, then you just get gray, ugly snow. You need to know that it is snow, and when you measure it, you need to overexpose 2 stops, sometimes even more. Now with a black and white film, overexposing is the way to go. It's unlike digital where you want to underexpose. Black and white film especially, overexposing is almost always good, and especially with the snow it is mandatory. Now for example, look at this picture that I took. There is snow in the foreground, and then in the background you can see a forest and the sun shining through the trees. So against all the laws of physics, the snow reflects more light than it gets from the sun. I don't know how it is possible, but the light meter always shows more light directly from the snow than from anywhere else. So I had my Kodak T-Max 100, very little grain, really nice film, and of course I had my Rolleiflex. And this leather cover is really handy. It covers your camera if there is snow and all that, and it's very easy to open and take a picture. I'm more and more of an opinion that I get better pictures if I take just one type of film and one camera with me, and not even interchangeable lenses. I can then concentrate on looking around and composing my picture, and I don't spend time, changing my gear and thinking about what gear to use. It limits my photography in a good way, and it gives me a sort of a window to the nature or to my subjects. And I need to use that window, and it does good for my pictures. It's like if I'm singing a country song, I wouldn't suddenly break into a punk rock verse in the middle of a country song. I mean, that would be crazy. It's like changing the lenses all the time and changing from color to black and white. No, I want to finish my country song first, and then I may go and sing some punk rock. But I don't mix those two constantly. It just doesn't work for me. So here we go then. Imagine these minus 20 centigrades, crystal white snow, no sound whatsoever. Everything is silent. So silent that if you stop walking, you can hear the blood going through your veins. I mean, really you can. Simple black and white film, one camera, one lens. This is what I got. Also, having just a few rolls of film and one single camera makes it light. Like, it was really easy to carry these around and not really carry a whole arsenal of lenses and camera bodies. About 15 minutes after getting there, my iPhone died out, as it always does in those conditions. So I was without any kind of digital tools or connectivity. And that made it extra good. I always like when my iPhone dies.